Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Sir, good evening.
Good evening too.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Good
afternoon, sir.
afternoon. Okay, so our lesson 5 talks about normal distribution. So, sabi ko kanina, 30 minutes lang yung discussion natin dito sa ating normal distribution na to. Yan. So, gago. Okay. So, yan. I'm going to share the screen now. Okay, so when we're talking about lesson 5, we talk about probabilities and normal distribution. Hindi ko alam kung ayan, pero na-discuss natin yung normal distribution and probabilities when you are in your senior high school. So I think na-discuss nyo ng konti yan. Meron yung mga estimate, yung hypothesis testing, random variables. Yan yung karamihang na topic ninyo sa statistics and probability ninyo. So when we're talking about normal distribution, normal. Okay? Normal. Yan. So normal probability curve is the most commonly used theoretical distribution in statistical inference. Kasi parang sa normal distribution kasi, yun yung parang standard. So kung abnormal yan, then may sobra, may kulang, ganon. Then yun na yung parang ano niya. So this is by Carl Friedrich Gauss. Yan, in the 19th century. Okay. The first thought that uh, we are going to discuss when we're talking about the normal distribution is what we call the normal curve. Okay, so the things that you must have to remember when you're talking about the normal curve is it is bell-shaped. Yan, bell-shaped po yung ating normal curve, which indicates a continuous random variable. Kung bakit continuous random variable yan, kung naaalala nyo, yung 3 sad stories. Nakwento na ba sa inyo yung 3 sad stories when we're talking about mathematics?
Hindi pa po,
Sir, wala
sir.
pa po.
Hala, hindi nyo alam ang 3 saddest stories sa mathematics.
Yes.
So,
Sorry,
ito,
sorry, man ka rin.
Sir, story
yung
time.
yung first na sad or tragic story when we're talking about mathematics is the story of a parallel line. Okay? So, parallel line. Di ba kung naaalala nyo yung parallel line, they cannot intersect. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hindi
Okay. So, kahit na malapit kayo, pero hindi pwedeng maging kayo. So, walang forever.
Ow.
Ayan. Okay? Naintindihan? So, kung bakit siya sad story, walang forever. Ayan. Okay? Kasi malapit lang kayo pero hindi kayo. Siguro friend zone, tama ba? Ang tawag doon, friend zone. Yan. Okay. So that is the first tragic story. The next tragic story that we have there is the perpendicular lines. So, di ba yan? Okay. So, perpendicular lines. Kasi, nag-meet sila ng isang beses, nag-break sila, then wala na talagang pwedeng forever sa kanilang dalawa. Kasi hindi na sila mag-meet. Yan. So, kung bakit siya tragic story, yan. Okay? So, yan. Then the last story is what we call the asymptote or asymptotic. Kasi yung asymptote na yon is, let's say dito, kasi kung naaalala nyo yung logarithmic and exponential expressions or equations ninyo noon, di ba yung kanilang graph is like this, getting in closer and closer and closer to the x-axis pero hindi siya matatouch or hindi niya matatouch yung x-axis. Yun ang tawag natin sa asymptote. And that is the third tragic story. Kasi palapit ka lang ng palapit kay crush pero hindi mo siya matatouch. Ayan. So, yan yung rason kung bakit those are the three saddest stories in mathematics kasi walang forever. Ayan. And a normal curve or the normal curve is asymptotic in nature. Kaya, palapit lang siya ng palapit, palapit lang siya ng palapit, ng palapit, ng palapit, ng palapit, pero hindi niya matatouch. Bakit? O, yan yung ating normal curve. Yan. Okay, actually, meron sana ano yan, pero hindi na sa dapat mag-cross doon. Dapat ganun yun. Okay, so just imagine it as, yan. So, yun ang three sad stories which is related to our normal curve, which is a bell-shaped curve. Then the normal curve represents the normal distribution of course. Then kapag daw i-add natin yung lahat ng total area, the area is 1 or equal to 100%. Then yan, normal distribution, nag-uusapan natin dun yung mean and standard deviation. Ayan. Okay, so this Greek alphabet is mu, what we call mu. Then dito naman yung standard deviation is sigma. Okay, so that is a Greek alphabet. Ayan, sigma din yan, pero yung malaking letter na sigma, yung yan, yung maliit na letter na sigma. Okay, so characteristics of the normal curve, of course, it is symmetrical and bell-shaped. Yan. So yan, bell-shaped and symmetrical. Kung bakit siya symmetrical and bell-shaped, hindi ko alam kung talagang bell-shaped yan, pero oo, siguro. Kung bakit siya symmetrical, kasi ito yung mean natin. Let's say this is our mean. Then ito yung mga standard deviation natin. Okay, so this is the first standard deviation, second standard deviation, third standard deviation, fourth standard deviation. Then first negative SD, negative 2, SD, negative 3, SD, negative 4, SD. That is the mean, this is the standard deviation. So kung bakit siya symmetrical, kasi kung aalalahanin niyo yung reflection, kapag i-divide natin, so yung ito, magkaparehas ito at saka yan. That is symmetric in nature. And then the number of classes in n is infinite. Kaya nga infinite siya kasi asymptotic. The three measures of central tendency, yung mean median mode natin ay yung ito, yung andito sa gitna na line na yan. Yan yung mean median mode natin. The height of the curve indicates the frequency. Yan. Kasi dito, example, yung mga scores nyo nakalagay dyan, andito lang yung mga scores nyo nakakalat dyan. Depende na lang kung saan yung placement ng mga scores nyo, pero andyan nakakalat yung mga scores nyo dyan. Okay, the basic unit of measurement is expressed in sigma units or standard deviation wherein they are called the z-scores. So ayan, balik tayo ulit sa z-scores. Z-scores. Okay. Then kung na-tackle nyo ba yung measures of skewness noon? Measures of skewness class. Meron bang nakakaalala? Measures of skewness. Class. Anyone? Alam niyo ba yung measures of skewness? Negatively skewed, positively skewed, at saka yung kurtosis.
Hindi po.
Okay, so meron kasi tayong tinatawag na measure of skewness and measures of kurtosis. Doon sa measures of skewness kasi meron tayong tinatawag na positively skewed or negatively skewed. Then sa kurtosis naman, meron tayong tinatawag na platykurtic. Yung platykurtic, ito, yan yung kanyang graph. Kasi flat nga siya. Hindi siya majoga. Ayan. So, platykurtic. Then, mesokurtic. Mesokurtic, ito na yung bell shape or ito na yung normal curve natin. Then, kapag leptokurtic, ito na yung ganon. Okay? So, yung mesokurtic natin, ito yung bell shape. Leptokurtic naman, homogeneous or masyadong magkakadikit yung mga scores ng mga estudyante. Dito naman, kalat-kalat, makalat daw sila. Kaya, ayan, hindi masyadong close yung mga scores nila. Ito naman yung parang sakto lang kasi normal nga. Then, ito naman yung leptokurtic, parang sobrang magkakadikit yung klase. So, yung mesokurtic natin, ito yung ating bell shape. So, yung normal distribution natin is mesokurtic in nature. Okay? Nuggets or kikiam.
Agad, sir.
Okay. Baka kati fishball. Fishball siguro or squid balls. Mabisin ako. Okay, so yan. Then the empirical rule says that in a normal distribution, approximately 68% of the data lie within the first standard deviation from the mean. 95% of the data lie within two standard deviations from the mean. 99.7% of the data lie within three standard deviations from the mean. So yan. So from the first standard deviation to the first standard deviation na positive, that is 68, 95, then 99. So yan lang naman. Parang yun lang naman yung gusto niyang i-indicate lang naman doon. Then the standard normal distribution. The standard normal curve represents normal curve with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 0. So of course, this is the formula in finding the z-score. Magkaparehas lang actually, napalitan lang naman yung s and yung sigma natin. Kasi sa sigma, ginagamit natin yun sa population. Ito naman is sample. Okay? Then dito sa baba, meron yung computed or meron na yung nabigay na areas under normal curve. So, paano kaya natin kunin ang mga yan? Malalaman ninyo mamaya. So, let's go to the example kaagad. Okay? Okay lang, ma'am. Don't worry. Doon sa ating example dito, let's start with between a z of 0 and a z of 0.5. Then, using the table, the area between the mean and the z-score of 0.50 corresponds to 0.1915. So, paano natin kaya makuha yung mga z-score na yon? Of course, yung a z-score of 0 is equal to the mean. So, andito yung 0. So, kung nakikita nyo dyan, that is 0, 0.5. So, paano natin makuha yung area na 0.05? Balik tayo doon sa ating table. Ayan. Kasi ngayon nga, 0 is 0.00. Then, 0.50. 0.50 is 0.5, then 0. So, this is our z-score. Ayan. So, kung nakita niyo doon sa baba, 0.1915. Okay, so yan. 0.1915. Paano naman kapag 0.15 ang ano natin? Ano yung area niya kapag 0.15 yung z-score niya?
Sir,
0.15.
0.0596.
Okay, so 1, so 1, 0.1 is ito. Then 0.05 hanapin natin. So this is 5. So yan. Then 0.05 yan. So this is our z-score. 0.0596. Nakuha?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes po,
sir.
Okay,
sir.
paano naman ang 1.18? 1.18. Ano kaya?
Sir, yung 0.3810.
Okay. So 0.3810.
38100.
Okay, so that is how you're going to find the areas under the normal curve doon sa ating table. Okay, so yan. Paano kung ang z-score ay, anong tawag doon? What is the score under 1.79? 1.79. 1.79.
Sir, 0.463.
4633.
Okay, so it's 0.4633. Yan. 0.4633. Okay, so that is how you're going to find. So dito, yan, that is 0.50 is 0.1, then plus 0. So the score is 19.15%. Okay, Okay, so okay. So yan. So ang ano kasi nun is yung parang z-score kasi, sorry for that inconvenience. So ang score kasi paano natin makuha yon is from this one daw, from the mean. From the mean doon sa z-score, yun lang yung nakukuha natin. Then dito naman, yan. So dito sa taas kasi, 0 yung isang z-score, yung isa naman is 0.5. So ito daw yung area na hinahanap natin na isosolve. Okay, please wait lang ha. I'm listening to what they are saying muna. Okay, so I'm sorry. They are talking about the ano, I'm they are talking kasi about the evaluation. So, yan, i-evaluate nyo soon kami.
Okay, sniper.
Okay, again, sorry. Medyo nagmamarites na kasi sila about sa evaluation. Ayan. So, nagmamarites sila sa evaluation ninyo sa amin. Okay? So, sooner or later, I'm going to give you, some of you or all of you siguro the link. Hindi ko pa alam kung paano nila um, hindi ko alam kung paano nila ibibigay sa amin or paano yung instruction on how we're going to give you um, our anong tawag dun? On how we are going to give you the Google form for you to evaluate us. Okay, so I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Again, balik tayo doon. So, kung napapansin nyo, yan, yan. So, yung score natin na 0.5 is from the mean to this one. So, ang ginawa natin kung paano nakuha natin is 0 plus 0.1915. So, para makita natin yung difference doon, punta tayo doon sa letter B. Okay, so let's go to this letter B. So the z-score of negative 1.50 and 0.50. Okay, so the z-score, kung balik tayo doon sa table sa taas, the z-score of negative 1.50 is 0.4332. And the score of 0.50 is 0.1915. Kasi ang sabi doon, yung 0.150 is to the mean. So meaning, yung negative 1.5 na hahanapin natin na area is yung ganito lang. Ayan. So yan yung first. Yung next naman, yung 0.1915, yun na yung next na area na kukunin natin. So malamang para makuha natin yung whole na area doon is we're going to add that one. Okay? So we're going to add that one. Yan. Magpakitang gilas daw ako ng konti para taasan nyo yung score ko. Joke lang. Just, yan. So that is 5. Hindi. Oh. 9, 10, 11, 12. Hindi pala. Bobo lang. Okay, so that is 7, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6. So that is 0.6247. Okay, 6247. So this is the area. Yung lahat daw ng ito, that is 0.64, ay 62. By po, so, so yan. So yan po siya, 0.6247 or 62.47%. So that is the area na na-contain daw ng between negative 1.50 and 0.50. Kapag naman between yan, parehas lang din, negative 2.40 and 0. Okay, so between. Paano naman daw kapag to the left? Using the table, kunin daw natin yung yan, 2.30, which is this one, andyan si 2.30. Eh yung area daw niya from the mean, ang area daw niya from the mean is 0.4893. So this is 0.4893. Pero it does not end there kasi to the left. So lahat ng ito nakulayan na yan. So ito is 0.5. Bakit natin nakuha si 0.5? Kasi half of it is 0.5. I-add natin, yun na yung lumabas na 0.9893. Yan. Or 98.93%. Nakuha ba yung to the left?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I hope
sir.
na nakuha nyo. Then to the
To the
right
left.
naman, okay. To the right naman, ano kayang ginawa natin dyan, class? Ano ang kayang ginawa niya dyan?
Minus, sir.
Minus. Saan siya nag-minus?
Sa 0.5 po. Ah,
0.5.
lang.
Okay. So, tama naman yung idea nyo na yung z-score of 1 is 0.3413. Total area is 1587. So yung 'di ba, yung 3 point yung 1 kasi 'di ba andito yung 1 from the mean to 1. So yung ito yung 0.3413. So yan yung 3413. So meaning para makuha natin yung to the right na yan, to the right, i-minus natin siya sa 0.5. So 0.5 minus 0.3413, and then yeah. So that is how we're going to get 0.1587. And that ends your lesson 5. Okay. Yan. That ends your lesson 5. Do you have questions?
None,
Class?
sir.
Are you sure?
Yes po.
Do you sure?